Hello friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside. I am Jenny and today we are here for our weekly nursery tour. It is a positively glorious, beautiful, very spring-like day. And in fact, if you didn't know, spring, the official start is just around the corner. It starts on Sunday, so that is very exciting. Hopefully we will not have any more of the 19-degree nights that we experienced here in North Carolina last Saturday, but I know we probably will. Hopefully not 19, but yeah, we got some things got a little fried. Even my hydrangeas that I had wrapped in my burlap bags got a little toasty. It's the life of a gardener. We try and we do what we can. But we have got some beautiful shrubs and perennials and annuals. Yes, I said annuals that are ready for you to take home. So nursery tour here, North Carolina, Zone 7B, showing you in real time what is available at the nursery for you to come and shop this weekend, Friday and Saturday, and start working in your garden if you have not already begun. I was just digging in the dirt just a little while ago. Feels great. So obviously here we are on the shrub lot. This is the sun shrub lot. So we're going to go through, if you have questions or want more details about the plant, Professor Google, and it will bring you up all the information. Sprinter Boxwoods from Proven Winners. This is just a great shrub. You saw me just the other day prune our boxwoods that are in the front of our house, and Jerry and I were talking that we know probably the life of those plants are probably pretty limited within the next couple of years because they're just getting so big. I very much suspect that we will be putting sprinters in their places when that time comes, because these are such a great shrub. Sun or shade, they are hardy in zones 5 to 9, easy peasy, low maintenance. They are more resistant to the boxwood blight because they're a Japanese boxwood and not an English boxwood. Love these. Fantastic foundation planting for your yard. Also, another great foundation planting is the Swing Low Distillium. Distillium is it is wider than it is tall, hence the name Swing Low. It is, let's see if I can find a tag so I can give you some information here. It is going to be hardy in zones all the way up to 7 to 9. It's 2 to 3 tall, but 4 to 6 wide. And if you're looking to cover something on a bank, a lot of times we get people that are like, I need the most bang for my buck because I've got this bank or I've got this huge area that I'm tired of mulching, or it's a slope. Distillium is a great one because it will cover a large area and it's a relatively fast grower. So we love this. Again, of course, it's an evergreen. Just really nice. I will tell you that right now our stock on azaleas is low, but coming tomorrow we have a delivery of a lot of encore azaleas because we were waiting. We knew that cold weather was coming. These are going to be coming from a warmer climate, and if we brought them in, they would have gotten fried as well here last Saturday. So if you're looking for encore azaleas, we will have a shipment coming in tomorrow that will be here this weekend. So you can come get your encore azaleas. Also, the Sunshine Ligustrums. You saw me really whack mine back, and I told you that before long they will be putting out new foliage. Well, here you go. Right on these stems, there is new little baby foliage coming out on these guys. I have not gone to inspect mine yet, but if they're not putting out foliage, they will be really soon. Even with those cold temperatures, they are still holding on. They're doing well. If you do need to prune your Sunshine Ligustrums, now is the time to do it because they are starting that growth period. Now is the time to trim them. Like if I were to trim these, I would take off the tops and just shape it up, and then that way it comes back and it gets nice and full and thick and a very, very happy plant. Before long, the Forsythias are going to be blooming. This is Show Off from Proven Winners. Man, this sucker lives up to its name. But you can see, even with that 19-degree weather, that the buds were protected. They have, they are not fried, but show off will get nice and big. I want to say it's like 4 to 6 tall and wide. You can tell from its habit. If you need to prune your Forsythia, do it after it blooms. So if we don't sell these and they bloom, then I will go ahead and trim them back because they are getting a little tall. So we just need to shape them up a little bit, and then they will do just wonderfully well. Our butterfly bushes, you know, I'm all about full disclosure. Our butterfly bushes have started putting on new growth. That cold came in and fried all the new growth. They're not dead, but they look sad because they had all this really pretty new foliage on it. They got fried. We do have some more butterfly bushes coming in also. So what we'll probably do is take these, move them up to the production lot, give them another nice little shape to get all that dead foliage off, and then we will have the fresh new batch for you guys that will look beautiful and ready to go. Hydrangeas. We have got just about every hydrangea that you can think of, from Proven Winners especially. We have got anywhere from Firelight Tidbits to Limelights and Blue Jangles, you name it, we have got them. We've got just about everything you can think of. These are the little petite, these are the sugar baby Forsythias. So if a 4 to 6 tall and wide is too big for you, then show off might be a good option. Still that same big, huge flower power, but it's only going to be 2 to 3 feet tall. And you can see this one, well, a couple of them actually, have started to open up. And so they've just now begun to show their blooms. When I was growing up, we always called them yellow bells. They're actually called Forsythias, but I will forever know them as yellow bells. And man, this whole show off series is just great because the stalks are just really covered in these gorgeous, bright, happy yellow blooms. So we have got the Forsythias for you. Quince, we've also got some quince. Some of the blooms got a little toasty, but then some of them didn't. So this is the Double Take Scarlet quince from Proven Winners. We were growing this. This is our first, well, last year we got them. We got them last year. We're still kind of working out the kinks on them, but they are just a beautiful bloom. Now, obviously the little brown, that is from the freeze damage on them, but you can see that they still have, especially up here, new buds coming up. So you will get fresh buds, fresh blooms here. Really nice, beautiful color, and this is when they will traditionally bloom. So they have not been in a greenhouse. It is this time of year that you will get those wonderful flower power. The specs on it, to give you an idea, zones 5 to 9, 4 to 5 feet tall and wide. So it's almost, in a way, like a little mini camellia. Camellias are blooming right now, the japonicas are, so this kind of reminds me of that. Let's see, what do you want to talk about now? You want to go on up to the greenhouse? All right, I know that y'all have been itching to get your fingers on some flowering annuals. So I'm going to go ahead and say you can go ahead and get some of these. We've been allowing people to buy them. It's not like we won't let you get them, but we do caution people. The fans are going in here. The sides are open, full of color. Look at this. And we did bring, when we come in, you'll see it, we brought in some of the flowering plants. Like this is the popcorn viburnum, because I did not want it to get toasty on Saturday. It's got buds all over it. So we brought those in. We have a cherry tree in here because it was in full bloom and we wanted to save it. But if you are just ready to get your hands and get some color in your yard, the Superbells Calibrachoas are nice and cold tolerant. They can handle temperatures into the low 30s, correct?
28.
28, Jerry tells me. He is the grower. Say that again?
Flowers. It won't kill the plant, but it might kill the flowers.
Okay, so Jerry's not mic'd up, but he said, so that calibrachoas can take 28 degrees. It will not kill the plant, but you might sacrifice those current blooms. Depending on where you have it, of course, if it's in a pot or a basket, you can bring it in and out. And if it's outside, you can cover it. But calibrachoas and the petunias as well, Jerry, or just the calibrachoas? And the petunias can handle...
Except Bordeaux.
Everyone except Bordeaux doesn't like the cold. Now, there you go. Osteos. The osteospermum, they also handle the cool temperatures really well. So what you're looking at right now is purple, and then there is pink. I'm telling you, I've said this, I think every time we look at these, I am doing a container using these two colors because, oh my stars, it is just glorious. They are beautiful. And then of course we have the brand new Supertunia Vista Jazzberry that the color just goes in really well with those pinks and purples, osteos, just great. And then if purple's not your jam, then we have got the yellows. So this is the double moon glow, and then this is the yellow. Really pretty, bright colors, that daisy-like bloom on it, full to part sun, 8 to 12 inches tall, really nice. Beautiful, happy plants, just gorgeous, really nice. So if you were just dying to get your hands on them, you can go ahead and do that. We're gonna turn over here. I don't want to make you dizzy, but we also have of course, the Royal Velvet, which is that deep purple. I mean, it really looks like velvet petunia, which is fabulous. And then we've got some mini vistas over here. So this is the mini vista, hot pink, big, huge pop of color. A lot of the same great characteristics as of our vistas, but just a little bit more tame. The blooms are not quite as big, so we've got mini vista, hot pink, white, and indigo right here. They do spread, but they're not as vigorous as the vistas. Hence, mini vista is the name. And then of course you can't, I mean, my gosh, this black currant punch calibrachoa is just spectacular. So if you were just itching to get some color into some containers or hanging baskets or window boxes, whatever it is may be, you can go ahead. I feel a little bit better now that we're getting towards the end of March. Just be prepared if we get another cold snap that you need to protect them somehow. And I'm looking and glancing everywhere. Of course, we have house plants still, lots of beautiful house plants available, so you can come and get those. Let's see, beautiful ficus. These are just great to stick anywhere. I mean, these house plants have done so well for us in our house. We literally have them all over the house in just about every kind of light situation, from really, really bright to like hardly any sun at all. And they have just done really well. Really, really, really well. So you also, a sweet friend of mine, Miss Sheila, told me, she said, now Jenny, you need to tell people that the little H2O sprouts, both the sprouts and the water bowls, hang on, I'm gonna make you dizzy just for a second here. Let's see if I can go through the jungle here and get one. Oh, without falling into the plants. That would be embarrassing. So, whether you want the sprouts or the bowl, these are great for folks who have like RVs and campers, because you can still have your house plant, but maybe it doesn't take up as much room. Or when you're traveling, you can easily stick it in something and nestle it down so that it doesn't jostle around, and you're not having to water it as much, you know, as a regular house plant. But for you folks who we have a camper, I was like, that is genius, Miss Sheila. And so house plants put them in your camper, in your RV when you're traveling around, because I know that season is getting ready to get started. And if you have friends or family that has RVs, it's a great little gift for them. So super easy to take care of. I mean, just can't beat them. Absolutely fantastic. The hanging baskets are coming along nicely. You know, we like to grow them nice and big here. See if I can get this baby back in. I'll get it in a minute. We'll put it right here. They're starting to fill in, showing some nice color to them. We also have the calibrachoas and petunias in gallons, so those are available as well, and the baptisia. So here we have lemon meringue and blueberry sundae. Now these, yes, these are ahead of schedule because we just potted them this year. They were in the greenhouse, so they're a little advanced right now. Mine in the ground are just starting to show some growth out of the ground. But these are fantastic, nice, hardy perennials that bring you gorgeous spring color. So there's yellows and blues and creams and pinks, all sorts of great colors. We've got more out here, so let's head on out here. And this is a fun tree. This is a slender Hanoki cypress. I think, so we're planting one in our landscape in the backyard. Isn't that a fun tree? Obviously it is an evergreen, kind of has a little bit of whimsy to it. Really, really fun tree. I think it was like 12 to 15 tall, 4 to 5 wide. But yeah, a slender Hanoki cypress. Ah, so fun. So here are some more of the baptisia. Now this is one from Walter's Gardens, and this is called Honey Roasted. So let me clean the tag off for you so you can see a little bit. Let's see if we can get that tag clear. So it has a little bit of a brown, burgundy, a yellow in there, a really different, unique color to it. But really happy plants. They are doing great. And where did I get that tag? Here we go. So many good things, y'all. It's like a kid in a candy store. Peonies. We protected the peonies from the 19 degrees. They are doing really well. We have some of the Ito peonies. That's what these are right here that you see that are a little bit taller. The Ito peonies are a real, I guess, specialty peony because they're a cross between a tree peony and an herbaceous peony. So you can tell that they have nice, real strong, sturdy stems. You don't have to stake them, and they have just gorgeous, unique blooms that smell magnificent. So we've got the Scarlet Heaven, we have Julia Rose, and we have Bartzella. I still say I love Bartzella because it's yellow, so it's a lot of fun. And then we have traditional peonies as well. Felix Krause, all sorts of good things in here. So let's move on over to the pines and the perennials. I don't know if my microphone's picking up the birds, but man, they are happy, and they have just been singing their little heads off today. It has just been so much fun to be out here and be in nature. All right, so a couple of things that I want to show you. First of all, Heaven Sent. So these Heaven Scents are fantastic perennials that are really adaptable for a lot of climates because they are hardy in zones 3 to 7.
Those sat out on the table in the freeze.
Yes, Jerry just said these sat on the table during the freeze because they are so extremely cold tolerant. Zones 3 to 7. These were not covered during the freeze, and they look like this. Now, it says on the tag, full sun to part shade. If you are in zone 3, you can do full sun. If you're in zone 7B like we are, you cannot do full sun. It is most definitely a shade perennial for us in the warmer climates. So if you're in like zone 5, you'll just have to kind of play around with it to see, does it get morning sun, afternoon shade? Just play with it a little bit. But it has this beautiful, very fern-like foliage to it. And you can see that it's got buds that are, I mean, this thing is going to be covered in true blue blooms. Just very delicate. It, in a way, it reminds you of a bleeding heart, not the flower shape, but just kind of the softness to it. 18 to 24 inches tall. This is great with your hostas and your stilbees, so forth. But I mean, rock star, love this plant, really nice. And this plant right here proves the fact of when Proven Winners and Walter's Gardens send us trial plants, because it's to a zone 7, I never would have tried it. Like, I was like, nope, we're a 7B, we're too hot, not gonna happen. They sent them to us, right? We tried them and they did great. So that's our job as a nursery here in North Carolina, is to figure out, does this work, does it not work? So that way, if we have success and failure, then we can pass those tips on to you. So we've got tons of them. They would be gorgeous. Oh, here's one that's blooming. Gorgeous in a mass planting because of that. Let's see if we can hold still, if that will get that color. Like I said, just a really nice, delicate, sweet flower. Again, these were outside, handled it like a champ, did great. Now, another plant that is for your shade, perennial shade garden. Now, these are a little advanced because we started these in the greenhouse. So this is not their typical foliage for this point. So this is Gold Heart, an old-fashioned bleeding heart, Dicentra. But what makes this unique, of course, instantly you can tell, is that beautiful yellow chartreuse foliage on it. Just a really big eye catcher, but it does, of course, the traditional blooms that we love as a bleeding heart. It's one of my all-time favorite shade perennials because you can put these in your garden. You have a big pop of early spring color. Super easy, it's deer resistant. I mean, I just can't tell you enough great things about this plant. I will tell you though, if you do have this in about June, July, and you think, oh my gosh, Jimmy, my plant is dying. It's not dying, it just gets too hot. And so they check out, they're like, it's hot. We'll check in with y'all and see y'all back in the springtime. So, you know, don't think that your bleeding heart's dying, it's not. Hardy in zones 3 to 9. So, I mean, we're talking like, you know, the whole US right there. My goodness. What else, Jerry, were we going to talk about? Oh, let's go down to some hostas and some fun. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of a glance here. We still have some Lenten roses. I know some people were looking for Lenten roses, hellebores, because they are blooming right now. But the hostas are slowly starting to wake up. So we had all of these protected during the freeze. We had the cloth over them. This is a really fun one. This one's called Curly Fries. So again, it's just now coming up, but look how really fun that is. So Curly Fries is very narrow leaf to it, very nice and wavy. Again, it's gonna be a nice bright yellow color. Remember, hostas come in just about every shape and size and color that you can imagine. So here is the Autumn Frost from Proven Winners with a beautiful variegated color to it. Really nice. And hostas are very cold tolerant. So for us in zone 7B, the winters are no problem. Zones 3 to 9, most definitely shade though. If you have a really light foliage, it can take some morning sun. The ones that are more of a deeper dark blue, I was trying to see if anybody's up, that's like a deep blue. They need to have more shade on them. This is a great perennial, sun perennial. This is Liatris. Liatris is, see if we can get the tag here. Wonderful for your sun garden. We'll do these gorgeous spikes of purple that just bring in the pollinators like crazy. Really fun, unique, different kind of shape and texture for your sun perennial garden. They will get 40 inches tall 14 inches wide. So lots of fun. I planted some in my cottage garden, but we've got more peonies down here. Basically now is go time. Here in the South, especially, I know that some of y'all, a good number of y'all, are still covered in snow. You can just live vicariously through our videos, and we will be dreaming of your weather when it turns to be like September, October, and we're still sweating and you're in the fall. But just live through our videos right now with your snow covered. But folks who are in the South, in our region, now is go time. This is the time to be out fertilizing and planting and moving and transplanting and doing all sorts of fun stuff out in your garden. We are here to help in any way that we can. We would love to see you on Fridays and Saturdays from 9 to 3. And as always, thank you so much for gardening with Creekside. Y'all have a fantastic day, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, friends.